This is Roster Castellato interviewing Darrell Rooney and Cora Sue Collins at the Hollywood Heritage Museum in Hollywood, Los Angeles, California on October 16th, 2022. So now, Darrell, what was the inspiration for the book on Jean Harlow?
I've been a fan of Jean Harlow's ever since I was a teenager. First time I ever saw pictures of her were in John Cabal books, and she just had this radiant smile. And who is that? And she has always been that same person to me. No matter how much I learn about her, I know who that person is.
Nice. Very nice. And Cora Sue Collins, can you please talk about knowing Jean Harlow as a person?
She was lovely. I knew her because we were on the MGM lot together. And I didn't see her daily, but I must have seen her 2 or 3 times a week, every week. We worked nearby, and she was lovely. She was a friend. She was a lovely, beautiful, my God, she was gorgeous. And I mean, I grew up around the world's most beautiful women. They were glamorous in those days. And she was extraordinary. She was lovely. She was down to earth. She was wonderful. I'm just so glad I got to know her.
Very nice. And Darrell, which book that you've written in general would you say is your favorite?
The most current one. This is an updated release of Harlow in Hollywood that came out in 2011. And this version has more photographs in it and some updated information like the discovery of Farewell to Earth.
Ah, very nice.
Incredible things have happened to me since the book came out in 2011. Things have fallen in my lap. And to get the chance to update this book and be able to share that with the world, to me is the most satisfying thing.
Very nice. And Cora Sue, you made your first film, Unexpected Father, for Universal Studios, and then you were under contract to MGM and made most of your films there. But during that time, were you ever loaned out to other studios when you were under contract to MGM, or no?
How long is this program?
Sorry.
I could go on forever.
Sorry, no, it's not that long.
For years I was loaned out. And I was loaned out because when you belong, and I belonged to L.B. Mayer, you're a piece of chow, as I said before in an interview. And I can remember working on 3 distinct films the same day. They just update my makeup, change my hairstyle for if it was period or not, change clothes, and I'd have a new script. No, I worked non-stop.
Very nice. And Darrell Rooney, what advice would you give to aspiring authors?
Let's see. Let me think about it. The advice that I would give to aspiring authors is do your research. Tell the truth, find the facts, and present the facts. I don't care what your opinion is. That's not what's important when you're writing something like a biography. You want to stick to the fact and let them speak for themselves.
Nice.
No, but it's so true, because so many biographers, it's all fiction. Not what they are.
So, I want to say that David Sten, who wrote Bombshell, The Life and Death of Jean Harlow in 1993, became my mentor. And I think I wasn't even really aware of it. It just seemed to happen. He's just sort of picked me up and started telling me more and more stuff. And I basically was groomed by him and learned, this is how you write. You get the facts, you do the research, you present the facts. You don't tell your opinion.
Very nice. And Cora Sue Collins, can you please talk about the birthday party?
But the party was given by L.B. Mayer, who was he wasn't head of MGM, but he was a very important man. And he gave the party because May Robeson, who was going to be 70 that year, and I was going to be 8, but we had the same birthday, April 19th. And he said, no, it would be much better for publicity if you're 7 and she's 70. And I had to be 7 for another year. That's not fun for an 8-year-old, I want to tell you. Anyway, it was a fun party. And because of the importance of Mr. Mayer, the guest list that have signed my autograph, it's extraordinary, my autograph book, has the most famous people in Hollywood because Mr. Mayer had them under contract. And of course, when he issued an invitation, it was command performance, you showed up.
Very nice. Well, thank you for allowing me to interview you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you, you're very welcome, enjoyed it.
My pleasure. Thank you. Well, there you have it. That was Roster Castellato interviewing Darrell Rooney and Cora Sue Collins